Hello, everyone. So welcome back to Studying SQL with me. In the last video, I introduced you to the select command and the basic of the select command. In this video, we'll be talking about the select command, but in more details. And in this video, we'll be talking basically about using logical operators in a select command. Now, why do I need to use logical operators? Previous video spoke about using relational operators such as greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. Here we're talking about using logical operators as well. If you realized in the previous video, every question had only a single condition to be checked. So in that scenario, I never had to join more than two or more conditions. But when you have a question which has two or more conditions involved in the question, then you can't be just writing the condition, comma, condition, comma, condition. You will have to connect these conditions using logical operators. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of the logical operators. And like any programming language, the three logical operators that you can use in SQL are and, or, and not. Now, if you're aware of any programming language, the way and, or, and not works is not going to change. It's going to remain the same. It's like the general rule for any programming language. Coming to and operator. If you connect two conditions with an and, okay, you have condition 1 and condition 2. So if you ever connect two conditions using the and operator, then that entire statement is evaluated to a true. If you look at the last line there, only if you satisfy both the conditions. If you satisfy the first one and don't satisfy the second one, or if you satisfy the second one and don't satisfy the first one, or none of the conditions are satisfied, then the statement evaluates to a false. So the only time it evaluates to a true is when both the conditions are satisfied. Now, what do I mean by this? Let me take you to some example of the previous video. If you have written where DEPTNO is equal to 10, anybody who satisfies this condition where his or her department number is 10, those records were displayed, correct? So here, anybody who satisfies both the conditions that you have mentioned, before and after the word and, okay? If you satisfy both the conditions, then your records get displayed. Otherwise, they do not get displayed, because otherwise, in all the three other scenarios, the statement evaluates to a false. And we know that the select command only displays provided the statement evaluates to a true. Correct? Okay, let's go to the or operator. Or says if both the conditions are not satisfied, only then the statement evaluates to a true. In both these conditions, even if I have one condition which is satisfied, it's fine. Okay, so if condition 1 only is satisfied, it's still true. If condition 2 is only satisfied, it is still true. And if both the conditions are satisfied, then very good, it is still true. Okay, so or gives you a false when both are false, and gives you a true when both are true. Okay, and any of the conditions that you write, as long as it evaluates to a true according to these criteria given here, then those records will get evaluated. Coming to the not operator, it's a little different from the and the or. And or operators are binary operators. What do I mean by this? I couldn't write condition 1 and stop there. Okay, binary operators means it is working on two operands. So you would need a condition before the word and you would need the condition after the word and. Similarly with or. But not is a unary operator, UNARY. Unary operators only work on single operand. Okay, so when you're using the not, you just write the word not followed by the condition. What does this mean? Okay, raining, let's say, is a condition, which means there is rain. But not raining means what? It's the opposite of raining. Same thing happens with not. When you write a condition and you write not before it, it means anything other than the specified condition. Clear? You will learn it a little more when we actually start writing examples there. Okay, so again, we are using the same EMP table, and based on this EMP table, let's start doing certain questions. So when we do certain questions, things will be a little more clearer to you. Okay, let's look at the first question. The first question says, display the details. So what did we learn in the previous video? That when it says details, I write star. When it specifies certain column names, I write the column names. Okay. From where? From this particular table, I am still using the EMP table. Okay, so select star from EMP. Let's read the question once again. Display the details of employees. So that's there ready. Working in department 10 and earning a salary below 2,500, which means there are two conditions specified in the question. The person must belong to department 20 and he must earn a salary below 2,500. So which logical operator am I going to use? And why? Both the conditions have to be satisfied. So I write where, and the first condition is department is under the heading called DEPTNO, right? So DEPTNO is equal to 20 and salary is under the column sal less than 2,500. And I put a semicolon. What answer should you expect? Okay, let's look at the first person. He's department 20, but what is his salary? 800. Yes, he satisfies both the condition. Department 20 as well as salary less than 2,500. So his record gets displayed. Let's go to the next person. His department is 30, so he doesn't satisfy the condition for department number, but he does satisfy the condition for salary. His salary is less than 2,500, but his record is not going to be displayed because we said and means you had to display, you had to satisfy the condition for department number as well as for salary and so on. So it'll go through all the records and all the records that match both these conditions will get displayed. Is that clear? Okay. Let's go to the next question. The next question is display the names of employees. Okay, so let me start writing. It said display the names. So I write select E name. Okay, I hope you know why not a star, because it didn't say details. Okay, from where? From EMP. Okay, now let's read the question. Who are clerks and have joined the company before 1982? So there are two conditions again, that the person has to be a clerk and he has to have joined the company before 1982. So where job equals to clerk, and which column talks about when he has joined? Hire date, right? Hire date. Okay. Before means less than, and most commonly made mistake is just writing 1982. But if you write, because the question said, no, before 1982, hire date less than 1982. But you need to look at the hire date column. Is it only talking about the year the person has joined? No, it has a proper date format, which is YYYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. So you cannot be writing hire date less than 1982 if the data in that column is not matching with what you have written. So when can you say somebody has joined the company before 1982? Can I say he has joined the company before 1st Jan 1982? Yes. So how do I write that? 1982 01-01. And remember, I told you in the previous videos that strings and dates are written within quotes. Okay, so the most commonly made mistake would have been that you just write 1982 less than 1982, and that's not going to work because the data in the hire date column is not talking about just 1982, it's talking about a particular format. So your command should have that format as well. Is that clear? Okay, let's go to the next question. It says display the details. Okay, let me just clear this up. So the third one is display the details. So again, write select star from where? From the table EMP. Now, what's the condition? Who's either in department 10 or 20. That means you're talking about somebody who's in department 10 or 20. So I write where DEPTNO equals to 10 or DEPTNO equals to 20. What does or say? That you either satisfy one of the conditions. So look at the first person. Is he 10? No. But is he 20? Yes. So his record gets displayed. Look at the next record. Is he 10? No. Is he 20? No. So both the conditions are false. So his record will not get displayed. The next guy also does not satisfy both the conditions. So his record doesn't get displayed. Next person satisfies one of the conditions. So his record gets displayed and so on. So we'll be only targeting people who are either in department 10 or department 20. Okay. Commonly made mistake is if the question was reframed a little, display details of employees of department 10 and 20. Okay, so because the question says and, there is a possibility that the children write and. No, you have to remember that if I write and, each record must satisfy both the condition, right? Can a person, now look at this first person, Smith, can he be in 20 as well as in 10? No. So just because the question said people who are in department 10 and 20, what the question meant is 10 and 20 means people of 10 and people of 20, not somebody who's in both the department, right? So and is not used in this particular command. So always remember when I say, when I tell you that people make common mistakes, this is something that you need to remember, because I see this, when we actually correct papers, because they sometimes, pick up the command or the statement in the question as it is to write the command. So you have to be careful with that. Okay, so let's just go to the next questions. The next question is display the details of employees working as clerk in department 20 and earning a salary above 2,500. So how many conditions? 3 conditions. He has to be a clerk, he has to be in department 20, and he should be earning a salary above 2,500. Okay, so details. Details means what? Select star from where? From EMP. Okay, what is the condition? Where? Now he has to work as a clerk. So which column is it? Job. Job is equal to clerk. Quotes because it's a string. And he should belong to department 20. So DEPTNO equals to 20. This is your fourth answer, right? Okay. And so one more condition. He has to be earning a salary above 2,500. So sal greater than 2,500. So there are more than 2 conditions all joined by a and. What does that mean? That the person you're talking about should satisfy all the 3. Let's look at the first person. Is he a clerk? Yes. So he satisfies the first condition. Is he in department 20? Yes. So he satisfies the second condition. Is his salary above 2,500? No. So he doesn't satisfy the third condition. So his record will not be displayed. Let's locate another clerk here. Yes, let's come to this clerk. Is he 20? Yes. Is he a clerk? Yes. But does his salary satisfy? No. Even this person's salary not satisfying. Even this person's salary not satisfying. So you finally get no output. Okay, no records are retrieved because there is no question, no row in the table where it satisfies all these conditions. Sorry, guys. These 2 are not going to be considered also. Why? Because they don't belong to department 20. Okay, so it's only this person who was considered, but his salary doesn't satisfy this condition, so he doesn't get displayed. But let's assume he was 7100. So is he in department 20? Yes. Is he a clerk? Yes. And is his salary more than 2,500? Yes. So his record gets displayed. Clear? Okay, let's go to the next question. Display the names of employees. So names means select e-name. From where? From EMP. Who are clerks or salesmen in department 10. What does that mean? Where job is equal to clerk or job is equal to salesman. Now you need to understand it can't be a and. Why? Because one person cannot be a clerk as well as a salesman, correct? And he should be in department 10, it's saying, no? So and DEPTNO is equal to 10. Now, one very important thing that you need to understand here is in this command, you have an and a or. And according to priority, and has higher priority than or. Okay. So what is evaluated first? Somebody who is a salesman in department 10. That's the first evaluation. Or somebody who's a clerk. So in that scenario, what happens? The clerk, the person who is a clerk doesn't have to be in department 10. But that's not the question. The question says that he has to be in department 10, but he has a choice between being a clerk or a manager. So in that scenario, we want to break the priority. We don't want the and to work first. I want to choose people who are either either clerk or salesman. And then I want to check whether they belong to department 10. So to break priority in maths, we would put the brackets, right? Same thing here. You put the brackets. Remember, only the round brackets. Now, when you put the bracket, what happens? It will first check whether the person is a clerk or a salesman. And once he satisfies that, that means he is a clerk or a salesman, it will then check whether the department is 10. And this bracket is important. Otherwise, I told you what the AND operator works first. So it will look for salesman who's in department 10, or it will look for clerk where the department is not mentioned at all. So it could be a clerk from any department. Clear? Okay, let's go to the next question. Display the details of employees who are salesmen of department 10 or clerks of department 20. Okay, so details of employees. Let me just see if I can just do. Okay, so I don't need to write the whole thing. Details of employees. So when I say details of employees, select star. He should be a salesman. So where job is equal to salesman. Now the quotes that I put can be a single quote or a double quote. It doesn't matter. He should be salesman of department 10. No, so that means he should be a salesman and his department number should be equal to 10, or he should be a clerk. He should be a clerk and his department number should be equal to 20. So now do you see here there is again repetition of ands and ors, but here is bracket necessary? No. Reason being, I just told you in the previous example that and works before or. So if and is going to work before or, what will it check? It will check for somebody who's a salesman of department 10. There, or it will check for somebody who's clerk of department 20. So even if you didn't put the bracket, you will get the right answer. But even if you did like this, wouldn't matter. That means you are this condition or you satisfy this condition. There'll be nobody who satisfies both the conditions. Is that clear? Okay. Let's go ahead to the next question. So more questions we solve, you will get a clearer idea. Okay. Display details of employees earning a salary in the range 2,000 to 3,000. When you say earning a salary in the range, that means what? Your salary has to be greater than or equal to 2,000. And at the same time, it should be less than or equal to 3,000. So select star from where? From EMP, where sal greater than or equal to 2,000 and sal less than or equal to 3,000. In the next video, I will teach you that there is another way of doing the same question using some other operators. Here we are only using relational and logical operators, but using other operators, we could still do this question in another way, that also simpler way, but that's only in the next video. So hope to see you there. Now, display the names of employees who are clerks or salesmen or managers. So display the names of employees. So let me just try. Names of employees. So what do I write? Select e-name. Okay. What is the condition? The condition is that the person has to be a clerk or a salesman or a manager. So where job is equal to clerk or job is equal to salesman or job is equal to manager. Okay, now remember, it's never going to be an and, because can one record have job as clerk as well as salesman as well as manager? No. So it's or, we know, now it's understood. So it's either a clerk or a job or a salesman or a manager. Again, I would want to repeat that an easier way to this, you are going to learn in the next video. Okay. And the last question for this video is to display the name and job and salary of employees who are not managers, okay? So how do I do that? Select what? E-name, then job, then sal, from where? From EMP. And what's the condition? That he shouldn't be a manager. So there are two ways of doing it. Either I can use only relational operator and write where job not equal to manager. Okay, you have to remember that there is another symbol for not equal to, which was exclamation with an equal to sign. Either I could write the where like this, or if I want to use logical operators, I write where not job equals to manager. So what does that do? What is the condition? Job is equal to manager, and not writing that is not job is equal to manager means anything other than manager. Okay, so you could do this question either of the ways, it's going to be the same thing. So I hope things are clear to you and you are understanding what's happening with the basic select commands with relational and logical operators. So if you have liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.